we look and we think, hey, nothing here. There is actually a huge amount here, a great diversity of life, a richness of life which is not obvious to see. It's a life which has more clarity in it, because clarity is necessary for survival. And I like that. It's more of a, how should we say, a binary lifestyle. It's a yes-no lifestyle. If there's no water, there's no life. If there's water, there's life. And that's, in the desert, is the bottom line, is do we have water? There's not the softness of life that we find up in the north. I mean by that, it's easier to survive in nature where there's more rain. Here it requires more thinking and more awareness to survive and to thrive. And I enjoy living here because I can live a life which is intentional. My life has intention. I experience this every day in my 72 years on this planet. Every day I'm coming out with my dogs. My intention is to exercise my dogs so that they're happy, and to exercise myself so that I'm happy, and to clear my brain by walking in this beautiful landscape. There is always the possibility of getting lost. Things do tend to look rather similar everywhere. It's living in the desert is getting to know the desert, the different landmarks, the plants, the trees, the paths, the way the wild animals go. I think there's a very strong self-discipline for desert survivors. We have to be self-disciplined. The Western world, people do tend to spend a lot of time in armchairs watching TV, for instance, or the next serial on Netflix or whatever it is. So if we have money, we can sort of chill out to a certain extent. But if we don't look after what is surrounding us and we just rely on money and this money to give us what we require, well, that's actually not going to work after a while, because if we don't put in, eventually we just take out and there's nothing left. We have a change of climate occurring over the whole of the planet. For survival, we need to be, it's a good idea to be in receipt, to receive the data and to look at it with a clear eye and assess what is going on. If I'm moving up into Northern Europe and it stops raining for 6 months of the year, that is not a very good place to be living, because the people there are not aware of how to handle that. So I could go up there and say, hey guys, I've just come up from the desert. Well, this happens all the time. So, here I'll write you a handbook, or like what we do down there is maybe what you guys need to be doing up here in Northern Europe. Because we're familiar with semi-arid and desert. You guys are not. And look what's happening to your food production. Look what's happening to your lives. What's happening to your front lawn? It's not there anymore. Whatever it is. Is it time to grow food on what was previously your front lawn with drip-feed irrigation to make sure you have enough to fill your tummies in winter, and to keep a pig or a goat or a chicken, or, I think we're all looking at changing lives. I mean, changing ourselves, the way that we look at life, the way that we have seen and experienced our past up until the present is not going to be the same as the way we're going to experience and see our futures. To believe that coming from the past we're going to see something similar in the future, I think is a grave mistake. for me is important is the sense of freedom and space which I have from living in this exact area on our planet Earth. Almost everywhere where you can see through this camera, I can go walking. Now that is a luxury that is experienced by very few people on this planet. What percentage of people have this possibility? We can see here that we have a freedom. We have a freedom which is rare. I think love and freedom can tend to go together, because if we don't have freedom, how are we going to have love? We're going to have need or something like that. No, love is something which is unconditional. It's like, I love because this is so expansive and beautiful.